What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday, guys. Happy Friday. Glad all of y'all could make it. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being patient as well. But I'm excited about today. Hopefully you guys are too. We had quite the day, and the day is still going, and there's still some stuff to talk about. At work, I've been talking literally all day, so bear with me as I pop open a brewski. Don't mind me. I am parched, to say the least. Big shout out again to the people that have supported the channel recently. Oh, where'd I go? Please hold. There I am. Big shout out to those that have supported the channel recently, guys. I just wanted to start off by saying thank you to Reza again, who just joined, Josh, who renewed, Josiah, who renewed, Rick, Dr. Dre, and all the people that recently joined the members only Discord group. It's becoming a blast, and they're having more and more people to talk to and help, and I'm glad to see a lot of you starting to make some money. But let's go ahead and roll right into it. What's going on, Rick? James Johnson, how's it going? Welcome back. Josh, what's going on? Glad to see you with that green and the rocket again. What's up, Arat? Welcome back from OKC. Yes, sir. Daniel, what's going on? Don't forget, guys, hit that like button if you don't mind. We're only at 2. The like button is crying single tears. What's going on from Portugal? Hey, man. From Missouri. Awesome. I'm repping North Carolina over here. Even though I'm from Philly, you probably can't tell because I've been here too long now. I sound like I'm from the South. What's going on, Dorota? Happy Friday. Yes, happy Friday. Happy Friday. Let's see what else we got going on. Chosen One, what's up, man? Al Rod, every weekend to the moon, then we drop hard. That's how it typically goes on the weekend, right? We tend to see the price action start to cool off a little bit. Yeah, nothing new. Nothing new. Honestly, I'll be surprised if we hold up at all here. Props to Bitcoin if it does manage to hold up the least bit. Can we get another link for the join option, please? Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, guys, a lot of people, you know, they have a, like, subscribe to my YouTube channel thing. You just kind of get, like, a name, icon, and whatnot. I tried to at least put some value to it. So you get an invite to the invite-only Discord, and then you also get 25% off anything off my store if you were already going to buy something that would probably save you the money right there anyway. But the purpose of the Discord group is to help you trade properly. You can go sign up for someone else's program, which is going to cost you a couple $100s. I have signed up for a few of them myself when I was learning how to trade. Like, I signed up for Zip Traders, I signed up for Humble Traders, I signed up for someone else's as well. I think 2 other ones. I probably spent like $2,000 total on people's courses. And now I'm just saying, if you join the members only group, I will kind of spread my knowledge. Of course, I don't have like a course lineup, but you can ask me all the questions in the world and I'm going to answer them. So that should be sufficient. Or you can go buy a course or something. That's fine too. But let's see. I'll drop a link. And I didn't even really promote the group at all when it first got started. But the reason I am talking about it is because I'm noticing that it's really helping a lot of people be profitable. And that's literally the entire reason that I do these live streams, guys, is that so every single day, the reason I go live every day is not for views, because I don't get, like, even though there's ads here, my top video is probably getting me $7. All right. So live streaming for 2 hours and maybe getting $5, guys, do the math. That is slave labor. That ain't it. It's not for money at all. It is to help you guys out, and really it's just to help you guys out. I'm doing technical analysis and I'm discussing my opinions. There's a lot of beginner traders that have no idea what they're doing. There's a lot of market manipulation that is specifically crafted to take advantage of new traders that end up having the mindset of buying low and selling high, but then buying high and selling low, or buying too much and just messing everything up. So there's a lot to it. Hang on. Someone's at my door. I want to make sure I'm not getting broken into. One sec. So anyway, it's about the mental. And no matter how good or how much you think, how good you think you are when you're starting out, or how much you think, you know what, I've got this. I watched a couple technical analysis videos and I think I'm ready. You are going to quickly find that as soon as you start trying to execute a handful of trades, everything that you think you've learned will end up going out the window, and somehow you'll end up losing money. And then you'll feel like it's impossible, and then you'll want to quit because you're like, this is rigged, it's a scam, and it is rigged. That's what market manipulation is. The game is rigged. But if you can figure out the game, you can do what I did this morning and make $700 in bed. So eventually, not right now. That's not the goal. It's just to be profitable. But you can make plays like that, and sometimes it'll be a $20 play, or sometimes it'll be a $2,000 play, and you'll be like, oh, I can retire, right? No, not actually, but it's all about discipline, and that's the hardest part. Thank you to Christian Flores for subscribing, but I'll go ahead and drop the link. And I'll stop talking so much. Hang on 1 minute, because my wife asked me what pizza I want. Now I have to pick. So how's everybody's day been as we get started? It is Friday. Does anybody have any exciting plans for the weekend? Surely someone does. Preezy, what's going on, man? Hey, let's do this as well. Let's start by doing this. I have a bad habit, a really bad habit, guys, of wanting to do everything myself, even things that it's impossible to do or not reasonable to do. And so, even with mods, I've been like, I don't need mods. I can just moderate my chat. I read it anyway. And there's no reason to it. It's just like, I don't like making other people do work for me. But that's just me being stingy with my mod, I guess. You guys have been here supporting. So there you go. New mods in the chat. More to come. Thank you guys for supporting. We had an incident yesterday, and hopefully this will help avoid that from happening again. So yeah, yeah, guys. But let me know in the chat, like, how's your day going? What you got going on this weekend? Bear with me. I have to quickly run this order before my wife loses her mind. Man, the chat's quiet today. Bit of a curl around here. This is interesting. Let's see how Bitcoin's doing. We do have some stuff to talk about, guys. Don't worry. Like I said, I'm just trying to finish this up. Quick little thought here. Bitcoin did some really interesting stuff today. This is some of the most manipulation I've seen in a while when it comes to price manipulation and keeping the price where you want it to be. This is some of the worst manipulation I've seen in cryptocurrency in a while, or even ever, today. And it was really to get to keep the options prices where they wanted it for option expiry. Some people had puts, some people had calls, and the expiry was at different prices and at different times of the day. And we saw basically a staggered price movement up, where it was very obvious that the price was just getting held at certain price targets for a while, was kept from falling, and was also pushed down from moving up, and was literally trading sideways in ways that you never ever see for like hours at a time, and then it would go ahead and ramp up to the next level and then trade sideways in really unusual ways for hours and then ramp up to the next level. Very weird. The weirdest part, I'd have to say, was the 47,000 level here. We stayed here since, basically the beginning. This was Thursday morning right here. Yesterday morning, we traded sideways the entire time. We did not gain any price ground. Look, the starting price right here, all the way over to the ending price before we gapped up. Let's bump that back a little bit because it's factoring in the uptrend. If you look like to right here and here, I'm trying to go back a little further. It's saying it's an uptrend, but if you actually just eyeball it, you can see what I'm talking about. It's basically sideways trading the whole way across. All the way across. With a slight, it was a slight uptrend, that is true. But started basically at 47, ended basically at 47. And, hey, yeah, wrenched up, man, you and Rick to start. I'll get some more mods in here soon, especially as we get more viewers, but can't always rely on Skydive, and you guys are loyal to the channel, as well as really, you contribute a lot in the Discord group and everything, so I appreciate that. So yeah, enjoy the mod gift. And there's a lot of other people that are even here right now that deserve mods, so I'll mod you guys up soon too. I just don't want to make everybody mod because then it gets kind of weird. Not at once. So yes, sir. But yeah, I'll take the beer. Fantasy football drafts all weekend for me. I hear you. Hey, Daniel Blaine, welcome to the group, man. Glad to have you. We'll look forward to chatting with you. So the easiest way in is to go back out to my home page on my YouTube channel and then click the community tab. At the very top, you'll see a Discord link. It only members can see it, so just go ahead and click it and you'll be good. I do, of course, just ask that you don't copy and share the link with other people because it's only, at the end of the day, people that have actually joined will be in. So if strangers try to join, they might be in for 2 seconds, but they'll probably just get kicked. Want to keep it pure. All right. Evan Tiller, we appreciate you. Thank you, man. Thank you. And I'm sorry, guys. I usually get right into talking, but like I said, my wife's waiting for the order, so I gotta hurry up. Family life, how it be. Let's see. I have a free pizza? No. Delete that. I don't need breadsticks, right? Nah. Oh, let's do that though. Am I in ADA? Not anymore. I made a good trade earlier and I'm trying to cool it. I started over trading a bit and got a little upset, so I'm trying to calm down. There's not enough going on right now for me to honestly just want to jump back in ADA. And I'll talk about that in just a sec. What's going on, Invu, though? Travis, what's going on, man? I'm almost done. Oh, my God. Carry out. You would think reordering wouldn't take this long. Guys, let me I feel bad. Let me pump some music real quick. Actually, let's watch this video. Really quick, I'll give a very, like a 5-minute quick summary because I want to get back. I want to do the TA, but I don't want to leave you guys hanging at this very moment. What I'll just say is ADA is very high. I think the highest we're going to see today or this weekend is probably going to be $3 is the mental limit, right? That's the price everybody wants to hit. In the same way, you know, Doge to $1, that's what everyone's on. That's what's on everyone's mind. $8 to $3 is what's on everyone's mind. That means when we get there, there's probably going to be a lot of people selling. It's going to be a hard resistance. Maybe we'll pass it, but probably not the first time. We're probably going to hard bounce off and then come back to it later. So ADA only has, in my opinion, like 10 to 12 more cents to go. And because of that, my mindset, I'm switching more towards a bearish mindset. So if anything, I'm going to be out waiting for a dip or short. Now, that I'm not saying long term that's a play, but being that I tend to execute trades daily, I would like to catch the move down and then buy the dip and hold that on the way up. But I think we're pretty extended here. I was messing with it as we were down here, caught a nice chunk up, and I already cashed that out. I don't really want to re-enter yet because we're so extended and there's not much room left. And then Bitcoin's also back near 50 resistance, which I don't think this weekend we're going to really blow by. Now, I would like it to, but do I think we're going to? Not necessarily. So if we're thinking 50,000-ish, let's just say 55, which is 50.5, which is where it hit last time, is the top, and we're at 49.11. So we're less than $1,000 away there. On ADA, we're less than 12 cents away. So we're closer to the top than we are to the bottom. So I don't necessarily have a strong desire to just go long and catch a couple cents. I will if it looks strong, but I don't have that urge. So to answer your question, I'm not in ADA at the moment. I cashed out, very, very large gain, very happy about it, and I'm satisfied with it. So now I'm going to stop over trading and just look for a great re-entry that like really catches my eye. In the meantime, before I get back into some more explanation regarding that, I wanted to, there was a video, let's see. Let's just start watching this really quick. I'll have the chart up kind of on the side. This is Coin Bureau. This is a guy I watch a lot. Definitely subscribe to him if you want to learn more about individual cryptocurrencies. He doesn't do a lot of technical analysis explanations, but he breaks down cryptos, why they're good, and what his thoughts are. Very professional as well. Doesn't hype at all. He's just legit. So Coin Bureau, check him out. This is his latest video on ADA. It says latest updates. You can't ignore it. I'm sorry, on Cardano. Yeah. So this is something really relevant, I think, and I'd like to give it a watch. This will be great while I place this order before I lose my life. So I'll put the chart on the side here, small, so you guys can see it. But let's go ahead and just click play on this, and then I'll be back in just a moment. We won't watch the whole thing either.
The next few weeks.
Start from here.
If you're a bit rusty on Cardano, here's more or less what you need to know. Cardano was founded in 2015 by Ethereum co-founder Charles Hoskinson, and Cardano's mainnet went live in the fall of 2017. The Swiss-based Cardano Foundation oversees the development of Cardano, and it commissions 2 companies to do the development work. The first is a for-profit software company called Emergo, and the second is a for-profit software company called Input Output Hong Kong, or IOHK, which has Charles as its CEO. Like Ethereum, Cardano is a smart contract cryptocurrency which seeks to be the backbone of the future of finance. Unlike Ethereum, Cardano does not actually have smart contracts yet, and that's because it has prioritized research over practice. Every technology on Cardano has been peer-reviewed and is rigorously battle-tested behind the scenes before being implemented. This includes the Cardano blockchain's unique dual-layer architecture, which keeps token balances in the settlement layer and smart contract operations in the computation layer. Cardano uses a proof-of-stake consensus mechanism dubbed Ouroboros, which allows it to process around 300 transactions per second. Cardano's native ADA coin has a maximum supply of 45 billion. ADA is used for staking and to pay for its sub-zero transaction fees. That said, any native asset aka token created on the Cardano blockchain technically can be used to pay for transaction fees thanks to Cardano's novel Babel fees mechanism. Cardano's staking rewards are currently around 4.5% per year with no lockup or unlock period, and the minimum stake is just 1 ADA. Cardano's flexible staking and reliable rewards combined with its clever K parameter has led to the creation of nearly 3,000 staking pools. This makes Cardano one of the most decentralized cryptocurrencies on the market. Cardano also has the largest amount of crypto staked by dollar value. Now, I last covered Cardano back in March, and I suggest you go back and watch that video if you haven't already. It's up there in the top right. Not long after I last covered Cardano, Coinbase finally announced that they would be listing ADA. I suspect that this had something to do with the fact that the Cardano Foundation, Emergo, and IOHK had been actively participating as validator nodes on the Cardano blockchain. This came to an end shortly after the Coinbase listing, which means that Cardano is now fully decentralized according to the arbitrary crypto regulations in the United States. As a cherry on top, Cardano was also added to the Bloomberg terminal, a tool used by professional traders. In April, IOHK secured a partnership with the Ethiopian government to track the performance and educational credentials of 5 million students and teachers in the country. This will involve the use of IOHK's Atala Prism, a decentralized digital identity solution built on the Cardano blockchain. I detailed this partnership in my weekly crypto review shortly after it was announced, and back then I wondered how much of an effect this partnership could have on ADA. Although this effect is still not entirely clear, Charles Hoskinson mentioned in a recent AMA that they had only just begun hiring people to deliver on the Ethiopia partnership. This means it will be months, if not years, before we see any impact on the price of ADA, assuming ADA is even part of that equation. Also in April, the University of Wyoming announced that it would be staking cryptocurrencies for additional funding. Though its announcement did not specify which cryptocurrencies it would be staking, many suspected Cardano would be on that list because of the institution's close relationship with the project. Lo and behold, the University of Wyoming is now running staking pools for the Cardano blockchain. Cardano's bullish momentum continued into May when it was added to the popular mobile banking app Revolut. Not only that, but the environmental concerns about proof-of-work cryptocurrency mining, which contributed to the market fallout in mid-May, caused many institutional investors to move their money into ADA. In June, Cardano secured some significant partnerships and integrations. The first was Cardano's partnership with Nervous Network to create a cross-chain bridge between both blockchains. The second was Cardano's partnership with the Orion protocol, which is hoping to make all decentralized applications across all cryptocurrency blockchains accessible from a single terminal. The third was Cardano's integration with the Nexo crypto lending and borrowing platform, which will see ADA added to its list of supported currencies. Some of Cardano's most exciting updates have just taken place in the last few weeks. At the start of July, Grayscale announced that it had added ADA to its digital large cap fund. Cardano is currently the third largest asset in the $400 million fund with a 4% allocation. A few weeks later, IOHK partnered with the Wolfram Blockchain Lab to sell Cardano-based NFTs on Wolfram's live minting platform. Charles Hoskinson also gave the crypto community a sneak peek of Cardano's upcoming stablecoin called DGED. To paraphrase Charles, quote, DGED behaves like an autonomous bank that buys and sells stablecoins within a certain price range. It is also crypto-backed, as this bank keeps a volatile cryptocurrency in its reserve. If this flew over your head, don't take it personally. Charles said the details of DGED are still being hammered out, and I myself am having a hard time conceptualizing how exactly this stablecoin is going to work. On that note, if you've been watching Charles's channel on YouTube lately, you've probably noticed that his recent videos have received an uncanny number of dislikes. This is because a popular Indian YouTuber called Ashkar Techie was hacked by scammers who created a Cardano giveaway scam livestream featuring Charles Hoskinson himself. Thousands of Ashkar's fans have blamed Charles for the hack, and some of them have even gone as far as saying that Charles will be, quote, in threat if he does not return the YouTube channel to Ashkar. If these fierce followers had taken the time to watch my video about common cryptocurrency scams, they would know that Charles is not to blame. This is just the typical MO of scam streamers. Hack an account that's popular, purge all the information on the account, rebrand it to the cryptocurrency you're trying to collect, run a stream featuring the founder with a text promising to double or triple any money sent to the QR code wallet address, and boom, profit. Many prominent people in the crypto community have reached out to YouTube to prevent these scam streams, but the way they're done makes this impossible to do. The only solution is for popular YouTubers to keep their login credentials safe, which is why I keep mine under lock and key. Anyway, Charles revealed a few other interesting things in his recent AMA. One of these was that he'd spoken with politicians in the Philippines. This could mean that IOHK is working to secure another public partnership, though it's more likely that Emergo will pen the deal, given that it's focused on the Asian market. In another video, a few days later, Charles announced the beginning of the end of Cardano's smart contract roadmap. So, let's take a closer look at where we are now and what comes next, shall we?
All right, I'm back. This is kind of the part I wanted to take a look
Those
at.
of you who are familiar with the Cardano roadmap will know that we are at the tail end of the Gogen era, which centers around smart contract functionality. Gogen has a roadmap of its own, and to my understanding, it features two hard forks of the Cardano blockchain. The first was the Mary hard fork, which introduced Cardano's native assets back in March. The second is the Alonzo hard fork, which will introduce Cardano's smart contract functionality, and this is scheduled to take place in early to mid-September, possibly the end of August. If this roadmap inception wasn't enough, you'll be happy to know that Alonzo has a roadmap of its own, consisting of different coloured stages. The first stage is Alonzo Blue, which is sort of like a closed testnet which will feature fewer than 50 pre-selected users and only the most basic smart contract transactions. The second stage is Alonzo White, which will feature a slightly more open testnet with a few hundred pre-selected users that can play with full-featured decentralized applications. The third state is Alonzo Purple, and that's when the testnet goes public with thousands of users, hundreds of decentralized applications, and integrations with the Cardano Blockchain Explorer. Now, Alonzo Purple is further divided into light purple and dark purple, and I quite honestly don't know where the difference is between these stages. In any case, according to the fine folks at IOHK, once Alonzo Purple is complete, smart contracts will be live on the Cardano mainnet within a month. Alonzo Red and Black will just stress test Cardano's smart contract scalability and stability, and address any last-minute bugs that were not caught in the previous colours in preparation for launch. If you're wondering where we are now, we seem to have just begun Alonzo Purple, or at least this is what I was able to gather from IOHK's updates during the recent Cardano 360 event. We'll know for sure when IOHK releases their next mid-month update in about a week, and I'll leave a link to their YouTube channel in the description so you don't miss it. The good news is that Alonzo is advancing right on schedule. Given that Charles announced the beginning of Alonzo at the end of May, the 90-day timeline by IOHK suggests the end of August is possible. And now for the big question. What will all these developments do for ADA? In contrast to just about every cryptocurrency on the market, ADA has done surprisingly well during the recent downturn. So much so that some people are jokingly calling ADA a stablecoin. That's because ADA has been hovering just above the dollar range ever since February, which is when the Mary hard fork date was confirmed. ADA rallied with the rest of the market in mid-May and crashed along with it, though not nearly to the same degree. I suspect that ADA's resiliency is due...
This is the last part we'll watch, and you can watch the rest kind of on your own time, because it is, I mean, you came here probably to watch my stream, not to watch me stream other people's stream. This is the last part I want to see, the cryptocurrency price analysis for ADA. So what does this guy have to say about what he thinks the price target will be?
News coming out about Cardano every other week. ADA also has some seriously robust tokenomics. Only 16% of its initial supply was allocated to the companies behind Cardano, with the remainder being sold to retail investors. All the ADA earmarked to these parties finished vesting back in 2019. The only new supply coming in is being created by staking rewards. Now, this number is capped at ADA's maximum supply. It's actually a bit more complicated than that, but let's not go there this time. Best of all, more than 70% of ADA's circulating supply is being staked, which means that there is very little of it changing hands on exchanges at any given time. That sort of supply squeeze means it's easier for ADA to rally, and its low sticker price relative to other popular cryptocurrencies makes ADA an attractive buy to retail investors who have no idea what a market cap is. Even though ADA has a massive market cap, it has an equally massive community that is riding a wave of bullish momentum towards Cardano's smart contract launch. We're also waiting for Grayscale to roll out that Cardano Trust it filed for back in January, and I bet that announcement will come out at the end of August or early September. I could see ADA reaching $4 to $5 by the end of the year, assuming Bitcoin sees another slingshot to the upside in September or October, which is likely in my opinion. If this scenario does play out, it seems that Charles Hoskinson will become one of the richest crypto holders out there. Allow me to explain. When I was doing research for my Ethereum versus Bitcoin back in January, and I bet that announcement will come out at the end of August or early September. I could see ADA reaching $4 to $5 by the end of the year, assuming Bitcoin sees another slingshot to the upside in September or October, which...
Okay. So what he said was his price target he could see was around $4 to $5. That's exactly what I've been saying. My price target was $4 to $5 with probably a higher end somewhere towards 10. That's interesting. I think $4 to $5 can actually happen like really, really soon, like within the next month. I'm talking like by the time that smart contracts go live, we could see ADA already up at $4. And then as people get more confident in it, as they see the smart contracts, as they start getting use, more word spreads, it starts to continue a bull run towards 5 and beyond. I could easily see that by the end of the year. Keep in mind, we're in the $2 range, so we're talking about a quick money doubler right there. And obviously, there have been also price targets beyond that. Some people saying like 15, some saying 20, 30, 50, 100. We'll see. Obviously, the higher you go, the higher the market cap gets. So, but in my opinion, with market caps, guys, we've seen crazy things happen that before we thought were impossible. So even though I don't like to assume the impossible is going to happen, because then I feel like I'm setting myself up for unrealistic expectations, and then I'm going to be either executing poor trades because I have an unrealistic expectation that may not come true, or my hopes are going to be really high and I'm going to be disappointed. So, you know me, I always like to be as conservative as possible so that I can, everything that I do in relation to my decisions will be planning off and trading off of being conservative. And anything extra that we get is just going to be a bonus for me. That way I don't end up trading wrong and doing stuff that's like risky because I'm like, oh, well, I'll buy ADA at 10 and all in at the top because I know this thing's going to 30 by the end of the year. And then what if it doesn't? That kind of thing. So, but we've seen things like GameStop and we've seen things like AMC shatter people's rules that they thought, doing things they thought were impossible to do. GameStop going up from like $14 all the way to $550 with an insane market cap that's puts it in like the top 50 most valuable companies in the world. Nobody expected GameStop to be able to do that. But we are in a new day and age. Retail investors have realized that they have power if they can band together and go against the hedge funds, and they can make happen what they want. So with a big enough community and a big enough drive, yeah, ADA can propel that far. I don't think it's impossible, but I think like a reasonable guess from me would be like by the end of the year, if we're talking like December 31st, probably above $5 easily. I would say like 5 to 10. Somewhere in that large range. But I don't think it matters at that point because if you're buying this early, everything at that point is just extra money. So I'm going to leave my guess wide open, like 5 to 10. It's probably pretty fair. Let me go ahead and roll into some of this TA, guys, but I missed a couple of your comments. Yes, Invu to pizza. My ADA is on Coinbase. The fees make me not want to trade on there. I hate that. Gotcha. Yeah, he's good with fundamentals. Very good. No YouTube alert or Twitter. I know I skipped the Twitter today, guys. Sorry about that. Actually, the Discord group, too. I scheduled my stream and just, like, kind of went live. Like 5 minutes later. So let me go ahead and send a Twitter notification out and the Discord group notification, just in case anyone isn't here yet. All right. Cool. So hopefully if someone's not here yet, they'll go ahead and jump in. Let's check on ADA, see how it's doing. Doing all right. Heading back over to 28s here. Kind of a double bottom off the 200 EMA. To break any new territory, though, it's going to have to get above 29 cents. We'll have to see if it can do that. And then for Bitcoin here, it's going to have to get above 49,200, which I don't think is impossible, but if that's the goal for today, so be it. But is it the goal? That's the question. Now, if we're talking about, just got the notification. Okay, that's crazy. Yeah, we haven't really started yet, guys. I had to take care of some stuff first. So I actually started the stream too soon. I should have just scheduled it out a bit later. But what are my thoughts on SafeMoon? Supposedly SafeMoon wallets tomorrow. I am not a fan of any of those kind of coins. Now, I'm not saying they're bad, but they're just not my style. Those kind of like invest, do nothing, will penalize the people that sell, and we'll get to the moon together type of coins. They're just not for me. I prefer to invest in things that I believe in that have like a fundamental purpose. And yes, those coins sometimes even make donations to certain charities and all that. Like, I get that angle, but they're just not for me. But a wallet's usually a big deal, so that might help the price go up for anybody invested. Just kidding. You've been since the beginning? Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah, September 10th. Yep, that is the smart contract date, so that's cool. If anybody didn't know, for Cardano, September 12th, that is only 2 weeks away. 2 weeks and 2 days. So the price is probably going to be on a bit of a bull run as we get towards that. Maybe one or two more pullbacks down to 250. I don't know if we even get two. And then I think we're above $3 and probably not looking back unless Bitcoin goes to crap. It looks like the coins, Josh says, it looks like a lot of the coins have run their course for the day. I see that RSI on a lot of the coins is high. How long is the turnaround before letting it cool down and another pull run up? That's a great question, Josh. So let's take a look at Bitcoin here. And of course, start from the top down and look at what we've got going on here. And that should help answer our question. So if we bring the price over as well, what you can see here is just that trend line that I've had drawn for a while now. I've had it drawn for the last couple days. And we've got where it started from, the uptrend when we broke out of 20s and 30s, to then the bounce here at 37, next bounce here at 44, and then the next bounce that we had here at 47. What we ended up having, and what I talked about yesterday, was a few different scenarios that could play out. We could either, on this bounce here, because we had a little dead bounce here that made everybody worried. It made me worried to see this nice strong reversal followed by even stronger sell-off, and then we broke the uptrend. We did break the uptrend there because we fell below the line, and we closed below the line, and we started trading below the uptrend support line. So we broke below it, and we broke the uptrend temporarily. Now, this price action wasn't here quite yet, and we were just looking at this right here. And I had discussed that there were two likely scenarios for what would happen next, considering all things that we knew. One scenario would be that Bitcoin, because it broke the uptrend here, fall under, test it as resistance, accept it as resistance, and then bounce off of it, come back down, and then get a healthy bounce off the 200 EMA, which by the time we fell and met the 200 EMA would probably have been somewhere around near $45,000. And then that probably be the lowest that we go. And then we kind of get just a bounce up, and we come back into either just this general area or somehow make a recovery back into the uptrend channel. But that would be kind of unlikely because just with normal price action trading, you're going sideways. So you'd have to be pretty steep to also cut back in to the trend. but that wouldn't matter. Basically, a clean bounce. We were going to fail here, bounce off 45,000 and come back up. Or the other scenario was that if we were bullish, this is what could happen. We could, come down. We broke out the bottom, but it'd be a fake out, and we end up coming back through into the trend channel, tested at support of some time, and then kind of do a double top where we make our way up to the previous high, which was about 50,500. We make our way up to the previous high, but stall out somewhere around there, whether that's 50,000 or whether that's like 51,000, somewhere in that general area. And then we come back down and do whatever after that, whether that's continue an uptrend or make a double bottom here and maybe do some kind of reversal, I don't know, down to maybe a lower 200 EMA time frame. I think there was one like near 43,000 on like the daily. Yeah, so on the daily time frame, the 200 EMA hasn't really caught up yet. We've got the 100 EMA at like 42,000, and we've also got the 50 at 43. So there's a couple more stopping points lower down. And we're playing out scenario 2 here. So the reason I really thought scenario 2 would be the most likely scenario to play out is because then I became more aware about the Bitcoin options that were expiring today and what the plan was most likely going to be for a lot of the traders or the investors, the whales, and what they were going to want the price to do so that they don't lose money or so that they can make money. Typically, what I've discovered ends up happening is that when whales, and by whales, in case you don't know what I'm talking about, usually we're talking about people with a whole lot of money, millions and millions of dollars. That's what they trade with, that make a big impact. So think of like a whale in the ocean, right? Makes a big splash. That's kind of the concept. They are massive. They can make the price dump. They can make the price fly. They are the big boy. All right. So when whales or institutional investors or whoever it is, let's just say they invest in derivatives, options. A lot of times they do that for leverage to increase their size, and sometimes they do it for risk mitigation, but other times they do it just so that they can be in multiple things at different times with the same amount of initial capital investment, because you can pay for options contracts and still not have all your capital tied up. So then you can get some other options contracts as well. So anyway, whichever side ends up having the majority, so whether that's bullish options or bearish options, whether they bought calls or they bought puts, whichever side tends to have the majority is typically where the price is going to end up, because since they can also manipulate and help manipulate the market with their buys and sells, a lot of times what they'll do is when the time comes for their puts or calls to expire, they will then try to manipulate the market to inch towards what their strike price needs to be for that option to expire in the money and not expire worthless. So if I bought a call option when we were sitting at 46,000, where the price target that we needed to reach for me to start profiting off of it was like 49,000, and I'm a whale, my goal is going to be to subtly bump the price up and manipulate the price to to avoid falling and to keep an uptrend going so that we can slowly grind towards my strike price target by the time my option expires, so that it doesn't expire worthless and I lose my investment. So when you have a lot of bias on the call side or the put side, that means you're going to have more whales, more institutional investors and everything doing that same thing. So what ended up happening, and I sent you guys an article to take a look at, basically it was like 90% of the options were call options, and they expired over $46,000, with the majority of them expiring between like 47, 48, 49, and over 50,000. So that meant if all the whale options purchases were call options and not really puts, and all of them were to the top side towards 50K, the most likely scenario was that come today, which is option expiry day, they're going to make a last minute effort to go ahead and manipulate the price up towards where their options contracts are going to expire, and then do what they need to do. Cash out, sell them to someone else, exercise them. If they exercise them, they end up buying those shares, which then makes the price spike even higher, because then they're placing a buy for, a contract of Bitcoin, which can be anywhere from 5 to 100 shares, depending on what type of contract it is. So lots of buying pressure to be had there. Now, if the price ended low, their options would have expired worthless, and then the puts would have expired. And so that would have made the price go down. But there were way less whales in puts. So if you're just comparing the price pushing power, team bullish people, team bearish people, it was 90% bull, 10% bear. Obviously, the bulls were going to win that. So that's why my prediction was that we end up heading towards 50K by the end of today. I will say that it didn't look like I was right at all. To myself, I was like, okay, I guess it's just not happening. Come last night and yesterday, because what ended up happening was we just kept trading here. And this is what I talked about in the beginning of the stream. This is some of the worst manipulation I've seen in a while in anything. If you just take a look at how this traded all this morning, you can see we did fall and the price sat right here, and it let some of the people that had put options get out and exercise, I guess, their put option or whatever they needed to do to not lose money under the 47,000 level a couple times, these weird spikes that then quickly got bought all the way back up. And you can see each time it did that spike, it was straight down to like 46.5 and then straight back all the way back up to like 47.5. So that was like right here. And then it was straight down again, straight back up. And then it happened one more time right here, straight down, straight up, and then kind of there and kind of there. But it was just very obvious manipulated moves. That was just really, really weird. Because usually if you're dumping that hard, that's a sign that people want out. But if you make people panic by getting the ball started and shorting really, really hard and making people think, oh man, we are flying through levels of support, we must be going down to the ground, I'm going to sell. You let the retail traders do the rest of the work for you, because now they're panic selling. And then, people start to buy the dip, and then you re-short at the 200 EMA, and people are like, oh, now it's resistance. Now we're dumping some more. They finish the work, and then you can cover or whatever you need to do. Just really bad manipulation. And the next sign of manipulation was the fact that we traded literally sideways the entire time. 37,000 start, 37,000 finish, barely moved $500 up or down over like 24 hours. You never see assets trade that sideways for that long. That was just really, really weird. So that was clear manipulation. Then they're like, all right, it's time to move up to the next level for those whose call options expire not at 47 but at 48. And so you had them randomly whale buy-ins all the way up to 48,000, and then again we trade in a straight line for hours as they do their thing at 48,000 with some dips here, bring it back up, dips, bring it back up, and then what? Time for round 3. Back another whale buy up to the next level, 49,000, and then a trade side. Now this one may not have been for options expiry because they expired earlier in the day, most of them, but still very strange manipulated whale moves here, and it was just interesting to make note of. So I was very off-put by that, but I did thankfully get some buys in down here. I was able to ride, portions of these moves up and make a really nice profit today, so that was awesome. And yeah, glad about that. Taking a look here, looks like ADA's knocking on the door of 29 again. We'll see how that actually plays out. T-shirts not being shown. Yeah, I took them off. They were just kind of distracting, but I'll throw them back up. So that was what went on today. Elite sound effects. Thanks, man. Had to really get into it there. Sorry to get off subject, but do you know if XRP soon the lawsuit? Yeah, I haven't been researching that. I actually don't know anything about updates on their lawsuit. I just know I heard they were getting a lawsuit. I was turned off and I didn't really look into them too much. Bitcoin go down. Bitcoin's doing okay. Bitcoin's still sitting at 46,000. I mean, at 49,000 here, trying to decide what it's going to do. It is at this level here, which in my opinion is still a decision point because it hasn't broken into any new territory. As you can see, the highs are pretty much at the same point. It hasn't broken above that strong resistance level yet. It keeps bouncing off of it. And it did have a rejection wick to 49.2 before. So even if we do break that, we still have to break this. So we've got some resistance above us. And we're creeping up slowly, but we haven't gotten there yet. ADA, though, is trying its best. So there is that. Oh, mid-September. Thank you, Preezy. Appreciate that. I'm not in XRP. I would probably buy anything else if it was me, but that's just because that's not an investment thing for me. It's not for my portfolio. Like button, hurry up. I've already smashed my Dogecoin button. Dogecoin needs you to activate the Dogecoin button. Love the enthusiasm, Jared. Again, thank you. We might do $3 tonight. I don't know. ADA's making a pushback for 290. I don't know if we'll see a big breakout above it. We'll see. Whoops. We could see a bit of a short squeeze happen if we stay above 29 and 10. Because there's probably a lot of people that have that high as their stop loss, and if we make a new all-time high, they might cover, so they'll contribute to buying pressure and help give a little push. We'll see. Yeah, no problem. Been saying anytime for ages. What do you mean? No problem. Yeah, no problem, Jose. Yeah, it probably is. It's just not for my portfolio. It's the age of the retail trader. Yes, sir. It sure is, James. Hey, what's up, Shuba? Almost missed you there. Low end you have price target 8 to 12. Nice. I see 8 to 3 by the end of August. Yeah, for sure. I agree. Yep. Can you buy fractional shares in Webull for crypto? I think you can. Yeah. Yeah, you can. You can, actually. Yes, you can. Not I think you can. Yes, you can. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much where we're at. As far as Bitcoin's concerned, I'm pretty comfortable with 49K as the top. Do we really make a new high today? I don't know. I mean, we had a nice bottom here. A nice two-step, and this is what I talked about as well. It looked like when we were here, I thought this would maybe be it. But usually you get the 2 or 3-step move down and an equal step move up. So you can see here, doom, trade sideways, and then like a 2-step move back up, and then it kind of combined both of these levels into this one move it's trying to do here. And we'll have to see if we break above 49,368 as well, if we want to get up to the next level, which was towards 50K. So there's a couple levels here. But full-on steep sell-off, consolidation, and recovery. Typical reversal. Very classic. Nothing surprising. So there's that. ADA's still very strong. Good for ADA. Sup, guys? Sorry I'm late. Hey, what's up, Josiah? I'll get some of the music playing again as well. And you can see here, in the same way that Bitcoin right now is trying to decide at the 49,000 level if it's going to stay above it, ADA is also trying to decide if it's going to flip to the top side of 29 and then make a run up. So ADA is trying to follow Bitcoin a bit. Earlier, it did have some strong divergence for a while that really threw me off. There were periods of time, like right here, where Bitcoin was being really bullish and ADA was selling off extremely hard with like super strong, like whale manipulation sell-offs, and then it took off like a rocket. So that was really weird earlier, but now it looks like it's back to following Bitcoin, so that is good, I guess. Bitcoin, don't forget the 49,000 level of support that we have in question is right here. So the real question is, are we going to hold this level, this line? That's the question of the day. We keep messing around in this channel, but are we going to break to the next stage and then break up higher? All right, ADA new all-time high. It could do its own thing here and yeah, make a run up off of momentum because it broke into an all-time high. So we'll see. And this is probably without Bitcoin's help either. So who knows where this thing's going to... Yeah. So we'll see what it does. People are going to get bullish again. Let's see if it cools off or not. All right, Bitcoin's looking a little weak at support. I don't know if that's going to kill ADA's vibe or not. All right, Bitcoin considering falling under 49,000 here. Cardano still being its own happy camper. 92. Think it'll drop back to 27, 28 soon. If you're talking Dogecoin, well, let's take a look at Doge. I almost forgot to look at Doge. I mean, yeah, Dogecoin 30 is the pretty close resistance. I mean, that's going to put it somewhere near Bitcoin, like almost 50K. So I think it could definitely fall. 27, do we get 26 again? I don't know about that, but 28 is pretty reasonable. 27 is a little low, but yeah, I don't know. If we get back down to 47,000 on Bitcoin, that's another chance. But do we get down there? It all depends on how we act once we hit 50,000 again on Bitcoin. Because if we just do a double top, we can do a really hard pullback. But if we get up there and people want the bull run to continue and we break above 50 again, we head above 50,500 and make a new high, then we could see a continuation. So it really just depends on what happens if we hit 50K again on Bitcoin. ADA is cooling off? Not sure. ADA 325 soon? Yes, sir. Agree. Did I see the news on Cuba today? No. Looking for another entry? We're a little high. We are a little high. I don't know if going long here would be my favorite thing in the world. Obviously, on ADA, going long, like there's long-term potential, so it's not so risky since you know what the price targets are pretty short-term. So it decreases the risk when you know that the thing's probably going to go up soon anyway, even if you buy in at a bad time. But we are getting really close to a $3 resistance level. So it's kind of an awkward time to re-enter. On Dogecoin, though, which you're probably talking about, yeah, I mean, we dropped below 49 here. That might hold ADA back a little bit. That's definitely going to bring Dogecoin down a bit, probably back towards 28. We'll see. We'll see. This is expected. We're catching at the 50 EMA, which is also conveniently right at around support at the wick of the candles. So it's going to try hold here. Some people are going to dip by this, try and push it back up above 49. But then it's just, will they have the strength to do it? Or do they get stopped out here at the 49,000 level, hit it as resistance, not clear it, and then sell off? So, you know the usual. ADA's trying to hold above 29 cents. Thank you all for the likes as well. We'll probably keep the stream to like another 15 to 20 minutes, guys. I know yesterday I said that, but we had like a 3-hour stream, so. So if there's no more ANC shares to buy, why does Robinhood keep selling the share? I haven't heard that there were no more AMC shares to buy. Is that news? All right, ADA is still running. Trying to, at least. Mike, this is probably towards the end where you get, actually, I mean, there was a pullback. So what it needs to do is now clear this level. It had the problem when this happens, you get such a steep pullback that it gets really hard to get confirmation for like a re-entry, because that means the green candles very short term need to come back and clear the pullback, or else people are going to think it's no longer bullish. So when you get a strong sell-off, you got to hope you have enough bullish momentum to then counter it. But if you can get the candles to do it, if you can break the line, then you can continue. So we'll see if this gets above, basically over to 2292. I'm sure there's some to people. Some to buy, people selling every day. Yeah. I hadn't heard of a shortage. Hey, I haven't heard of a shortage. Any other questions from you guys? Obviously, after this, I'll head to the Discord group and we'll chat it up. But, yeah, guys, I mean, we could see 3 tonight on ADA. If it breaks here and it keeps running up, I mean, that's everyone's, like I said, it's the mental price target, hidden 3. That is probably where it will stop if it makes it. But, I mean, ADA has a lot of momentum today. It came from basically 240, and it's been on a massive run. So, I wouldn't count ADA out. Anything's possible. But also somewhat relied on Bitcoin here, which is now stuck under the 49,000 level and under the 100 EMA. So, as this continues a downtrend here, it could somewhat hinder ADA's price potential if people are looking at it. But if they don't care, it really just depends on the moment. Sometimes the price action acts like it cares, sometimes it doesn't. Mark Cuban's really pushing people to use Doge to shop with Dallas Mavericks. That's awesome. That's really great. And that's really important that people do that and actually incentivize people to use it and act like they care. Or else kind of a lot of Dogecoin news can just get swept under the table. There needs to be some value to it and weight. What's a good entry on ADA? I don't know a lot about it, but it's went up since I looked last. I would say now's a pretty bad time to go long on ADA. Maybe not long term, but if you're doing any kind of short term trade, this is very close to the top in multiple ways. We're at an all-time high right now, first and foremost, and then the most likely stopping point is in 9 cents. So definitely not now. I wouldn't even recommend buying now and DCAing in. If anything, I would wait, see if it breaks $3 and look for a pullback after that, because $3 is a major mental resistance level, and buying at 290 is just FOMO to me. So probably anywhere, if you can get it under 280, that's a pretty good discount. And the lower, closer to 250 you can get it, the better. But we'll see what happens here. I'm not saying it's not going to run tonight, but I'm saying I still wouldn't buy it now because that's just considered bad trading. How about Doge? Over 30 in this weekend, 35 possible. Depends on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin takes off and is at like 55,000, then yeah, Dogecoin can be 35 to 40 cents. But if Bitcoin stops out again at 55 and doesn't break and make a new high here, then we're probably sitting no higher than 30 cents. Maybe 31 cents. Sounds good? Yeah. Like if it were me, this would be time where I'd be thinking, and obviously it's risky with something with a lot of momentum, but this would be sell time, like take profit time, or even short time, in my opinion. Because we should be near an area where there should be some sort of pullback, especially with Bitcoin showing some signs of struggling. This is the time I would be considering looking for a short entry, maybe riding it down a bit, and then looking for a long entry later. But definitely not looking for a long entry right at the $3 mark. We're pretty close. But it looks like we might break this line. Still a lot of momentum. Oh, and there goes Bitcoin coming back for it. So that will help ADA out. if it wants to help. Now ADA was doing this really weird thing today where it was just not following Bitcoin at times. Bitcoin would go up like a rocket and ADA would be downtrending or sharply selling off, and ADA would be going up sometimes when Bitcoin was downtrending. Just really strange. So, but Dogecoin was following Bitcoin very closely. So we'll see if some of these moves even affect ADA at this point. The thing is, though, ADA's so overextended that at a point, I think Bitcoin's bullishness just doesn't mean anything anymore because it's already so overbought because of the insane run-up that it's had. So it's kind of just, like I said, doing its own thing, which is fine, but makes it a little harder to read if you're trying to do your TA off Bitcoin only, because it doesn't only follow it. Rejection wick, possible double top off the resistance. Got to see how this candle closes. Or it could be a like cup and handle scenario. Yeah, too high for now. How about AMP? I love AMP, Scott. AMP is great. AMP is great. The only thing is AMP is not volatile, so it's more of a long-term investment in my opinion versus being like a scalping play or like a trading play. AMP is definitely more of a long-term hold because the price will go up as long as it gets more adoption, but it's going to go up slowly. So it's one of those things where you can't like buy it this week and hope you're going to like double your profit next week or something or tomorrow. It just doesn't move that fast. And it's the way they set it up. They didn't want it to be extremely volatile. They wanted it to be not a hype play, not a meme play, but like if this thing works out and gets adopted, value will be assigned to it. Because what makes an AMP token more valuable, or what makes the project more valuable, is more locations, retail locations, using AMP as a method of taking cryptocurrency payments. So the more places that use AMP or Flexa, the Flexa network, and integrate that into their payment system, the more transactions that will get run through the system, and that means the more transaction fees that the AMP network will accumulate, so the more money that will get paid to them, and that means more money for the people that are staking into AMP. And so that's what makes it valuable. Dumb question, but why do coins follow Bitcoin? Oh, it's not a dumb question. So basically, put simply, Bitcoin's the market leader. It's got first mover advantage. It was like the first cryptocurrency that really was like created and got popular. It's the big dog. It's the most expensive one. It's like Bitcoin is cryptocurrency, and all of the rest of the cryptocurrencies are considered altcoins, alternative cryptocurrency coins to Bitcoin. So even Ethereum is technically considered an altcoin, whereas Bitcoin is not. Bitcoin is cryptocurrency. So being that it has that market leader status, all of the other cryptocurrencies kind of look at up to the crypto that has been here the longest, that has been established as like supposed to be one of the most stable ones of them all, as the example to follow. So for that reason, a lot of things just naturally follow the price action, the price movement of Bitcoin. And Bitcoin also goes up and down pretty well in relation to like market sentiment. So if people are bullish on crypto, Bitcoin's probably going up. If bad things are happening when it comes to cryptocurrency, the price is probably going down. So it becomes a really good price indicator as well. And so then people usually are executing their trades based off of kind of the market, and the market indicator is Bitcoin. So it all kind of comes full circle. How high do you see ADA getting by the end of the year? Probably around $5, anywhere from $5 to $10. You can see ADA having a really nice run here, so this is cool. Few signs of running out of steam maybe soon. I'm not saying that it will, but that rejection wick is one. Getting a little overbought, in my opinion. But Bitcoin is still doing okay. Yeah, Bitcoin's still doing fine, so that could really help ADA continue up here. We'll see if it gets support at this level or if it stalls out. Will Bitcoin really be worth 100K by the end of the year? Probably very close. Anywhere from 75 to 100,000, I think, is the most reasonable window. I think it'll definitely be higher than it was when we crashed. So 60, 65, I think will absolutely be above that price, like 100%. Reason being, there's so many more catalysts that Bitcoin has gotten since that crash. So many more. Legal tender in El Salvador, multiple companies now accepting it as payment. Just like so much more widespread adoption that it just did not have 3 months ago. And that's just part of the cryptocurrency boom and everyone just becoming more aware of crypto in general. With the help of the altcoins, honestly, Dogecoin, Ethereum, and all of these other guys that have been getting circulated. There's just more people aware of crypto and taking it serious and accepting it as valuable, which makes it, a potential form of currency. So that's something Bitcoin didn't have in April, not so much. So it puts Bitcoin in a completely different spot, and that's why we're seeing the price starting to recover already on its own without even the catalyst that we needed like a month ago, which was Elon Musk announcing that the thing that crashed it was reversed. So we know the price crashed when Elon said that Bitcoin was not going to be accepted by Tesla as a method of payment anymore until they fixed the mining situation where it was not using clean energy. Well, that for a while was pretty much it crashed the price of Bitcoin all the way down from 60,000, started a bear run that ended up stopping at the lowest point at 28K. That is losing over 50% of the price rapidly, which is insane. And no matter what catalyst Bitcoin was getting, the price just was not recovering up for like 2 months. And the thought was, well, we're going to need Elon Musk to say, all right, now we're back, we'll take you again, for the reverse to happen and to get back to where we came from. But after like 3 months of waiting, we finally started to get some other catalysts that countered the weight of the Elon Musk destructive announcement or catalyst. So we got the announcement, like I said, El Salvador legal tender, multiple retailers talking about accepting Bitcoin as payment, a lot of celebrities now publicly posting on Twitter and stuff about investing in crypto. Busta Rhymes was just tweeting about should he accept NFTs, or he was trying to hire someone that could do NFTs and also was asking about buying Bitcoin, along with a couple other very common like celebrities talking about Bitcoin. And then we've also got the Amazon rumor that they're going to be accepting Bitcoin as a payment option by the end of the year. That's what really sparked it. When that happened, that kicked us out from 29, and that's when the bull run started back. So now, not only do we have all these extra catalysts that are helping get us back to where we came from on its own, we don't even have Elon Musk saying, we'll take you guys back yet. So imagine stacking that, what would have recovered us in its own, on top of the momentum we have now. That should easily fly us back beyond where we came from. So 75 to 100,000, I think is pretty conservative, especially being that 100K was already the price target that everyone had in mind. So it's not going to surprise anybody if we hit 100K, because everybody already thought we were going to hit 100K. Wow, Cardano is really, really running. That is some crazy moves. Let's see what Bitcoin's doing. Bitcoin, nice. Well, Bitcoin is showing some signs of up moving, so that must be why Cardano's feeling so confident as well. Dogecoin's probably at about 20 cents right now. I mean, 30 cents. And there it is at 29.50. So this is great. And yeah, no problem, Josiah. Look at ADA still making new highs here. Now we're at 290, 292. But yeah, this is great to see. It's been a while since we've seen any bullishness or volatility in the crypto market. So this whole bull run that Bitcoin started, I mean, don't forget where we came from, guys. We were sitting at Bitcoin 30,000, 29,000, Dogecoin 16 cents, 17 cents, wondering if we were going to hit 10 cents or under 10 cents. Like, don't forget we were just there. You know, ADA $1 something, XRP under $1, like really crazy low prices. So, and no volatility to make money off of. So, glad to see the crypto market recovering for sure. Hopefully everybody got to get in at the dips that we had called out at the time. If not, it looks like that ship has sailed, obviously, but hopefully there's still a good bit more money to make. ADA now trying to continue to make more highs here. I think basically we'll probably see a push towards $3. Yes, that is correct, Dr. Derbs. It is the same percentage. It is. So you can see it's very similar potential gains there. Basically a 3x opportunity. Well, maybe a little more than 3x. Now, Doge to $1 is everyone's price target. $10 Cardano is not everyone's price target. Doge to $1 is also going to be easier to do than Cardano to $10 when you look at market cap, because Cardano's already in third place where Dogecoin's in like 6th, which means when you're comparing value of the asset as a whole, all of Cardano versus all of Dogecoin, currently Dogecoin is valued less, so it has more room to go before it starts overtaking other people. If Cardano goes to $10, it's going to be higher in market cap than Ethereum, and it's going to be giving Bitcoin a run for its money. So if you're thinking about like what the things are actually worth compared to what they're going to be indicating they're worth, that is where Cardano 10, you start to think like, will it do it though? But Cardano can 3x and still be cheaper than Bitcoin. So $10 is actually very possible. And Ethereum as well. All right, Cardano, do your thing here. A little bit of a stoppage there at 2.9. Let's see what Bitcoin's doing. A little bit of rejecting here. You said $8 for ADA and was booted? Why? Where? To the moon. Yes, it's in Turkey. It's 2:40 a.m. Wow. Well, thanks for hanging out. It's funny, I work at Amazon, and if anything, I see Amazon making their own coin and then maybe accepting Bitcoin their way. Yeah, exactly. No, I said that too, especially when we heard that they were mentioning bringing in a crypto advisor. Definitely sounds, you know, if we know anything about Apple and Amazon, it's that they like to do everything themselves. And so I would expect to see Amazon make an Amazon coin as well, especially since Amazon already has a credit card, and I have it. It's actually really nice. But I would expect them to figure out how to make their own coin as well. Same for Apple. I think Apple would do the same thing. But it was the rumor that's out there, and a lot of people are believing it. So that's, you know, people's emotions. What they believe is what makes the price move. Toby Entertainment, thank you, man. Thanks for subscribing. Also, thank you, Jose. I think I missed you and Daniel. Appreciate it. And, of course, Christian Flores, but I did mention you. It was just a rumor. There wasn't an official announcement. Bear Elliott. No, there's video. There's something wrong with the phone. There should be video. What about the news about ADA getting with that company with all those restrictions? Yeah, that doesn't seem to be doing too much with the price though. So. Oh yeah, okay. People will probably think about that later. A lot of people don't do research that deep, and some people just don't care. I think, in my opinion, the main thing right now is Ethereum's too expensive to use, and we need a cheaper alternative that's just as good or faster. And Cardano is posing itself to solve those problems. So that's what makes Cardano so good right now with this timing, because it's a perfect time to drop smart contracts and really start trying to take some market share, because Ethereum is overloaded and is not, and there is no ETH2 release date. So people are now going to start looking for, well, what is my alternative option? I don't want to pay $200 to execute a transaction to the miners because the network's so congested, and that's what they figured out what to do. So what other option do I have? And now this is a great opportunity for all the alternative networks to come up and show what they're all about. And Cardano is going to get first mover advantage on the secondary option for a network to use and really give Ethereum a run for its money in competition. So that's great. He was saying that Amazon officially announced the accepting Bitcoin, but that hasn't happened quite yet. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, true. Doge with the new team, massive catalyst. Yep, exactly. Dogecoin with the new team with Elon Musk's financial advisor as one of the people on the board. You know that he was sent there directly by Elon to be like eyes and ears and kind of be Elon's extension and voice. So obviously we know that Elon Musk is still very, very involved in the idea of Dogecoin for Tesla and Dogecoin for the world. You know, Elon Musk is all about changing the way that things operate in the world, like worldwide, not just for one company. And the things that he does with one company are to influence the world. SpaceX, multiplanetary species, and outer space travel. Tesla, make everybody realize that electric vehicles can be done properly and incentivize competition there. The Boring Company, underground, new transportation because our infrastructure is outdated. Like every company he starts now is for a world-changing purpose. It's not only about the company. So then he gets involved in Dogecoin. What do you think he's going to do with that? Try and make it the global currency. It's just Elon Musk. This is what he does. And so that's a really big deal to have his financial advisor in there. Then we've also got Vitalik Buterin, the creator of Ethereum, on the team, which is huge. I honestly wouldn't mind a Cardano bridge instead, but we'll take this, I guess. Wow, ADA is just on a roll. This is nuts. But I guess Bitcoin isn't stopping either, so it's got fuel. ADA at 290, what is that? 293? Almost 294. Like I said, it wants to go for 3. Now, with people having $3 as the price target, guys, usually what ends up happening when people have a number as a price target, it does not make it to the number, because if everyone's looking at the same number, everyone's going to make sure that they get their money when it hits. So most people usually start selling early, and then you get that snowball effect of people trying to get their orders filled by near $3. So usually if it's a $3 price target, it'll stop somewhere like 298-ish at the highest. We'll see if it actually hits 3 or goes a little above, but unlikely in my opinion. Yeah, ETH is, Uber after exactly, Josiah. Really expensive, unnecessarily expensive. To the moon, yes. PayPal here in the UK have started to allow buying and holding crypto. I think it was announced a couple days ago. That's awesome. You're in the process of answering my question and my laptop dies, but the answer is what I thought it was. Man, that sucks, but glad I answered it. All right, guys, I do need to run. It's been a great stream, about an hour and a half now, so good length. Obviously, I hate to cut it in the middle of action here, but I've got some stuff to do and food to eat before it goes completely cold, so I do need to run. Thank you all for hanging out today. We can see here that ADA is still trying to make that run for somewhere mid 290s. I don't know if we clear $3 tonight. We could. Anything's possible. And then also, keep your eye on Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is going to be influencing Doge, and Bitcoin is trying to hold above this 49,000 level, and that could bring Dogecoin back over 30 cents here if it can get up high enough and head towards 50K. If not, we're probably near the top, in my opinion. We've got a bit of an ascending wedge pattern forming. It's usually a bit bearish, and so Yeah, I think we're just near the top. 30 cents on Dogecoin, $3 on Cardano, and Bitcoin at the previous high of about getting near $50,000. Unless we get some major burst of steam today, I would assume we're getting close to the top pretty soon. But if not, of course, I'll be in the Discord group to talk about it, and occasionally on Twitter as well to tweet something here and there. But if you want the full action, got to join that group. That's where we reside. But ADA's the fun one to watch here for sure at 294. Still steamrolling, doing its thing. I bet a lot of people are happy here, so this is cool. Let me know if you guys need anything, of course. And now Elon's taking on Boston Dynamics with robots. Yeah. Now he's got AI as well. It's a little scary with the robots, but hopefully he'll do it right. Monday back down, probably sometime over the weekend we'll calm down a bit. It's the usual. What's up, Michael? Got here just as we were wrapping up. And thank you, Bob. Appreciate it. And JJ, thank you guys too. Thank you all for the support as well, guys. I'm going to head out. And don't forget, follow me on Twitter if you have not yet. At 2020 Tech Reviews is where you can find me if you want to get some occasional updates between the streams. Or, of course, next to the subscribe button and pinned at the top of the chat if you want to join the members-only Discord group and chat with us after stream and pretty much 24/7 when we're not live. That's how you get in. You just click join, become a super member, and then you get invited. So thank you all for hanging out, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow, or actually probably won't be live tomorrow, but Sunday at least in